So welcome back to Master Academy of Mathematics. Now today we are going to take one important session. It is change of order of integration. The most important topic definitely you can expect in the final exams. Now in order to have the complete information of change of order of integration in the double integral, I just give you one general example and later on we enter into its procedure. Supposing that one double integral problem is given. The function is f of x comma y and here it is dx dy. In order to calculate the double integral of any particular function, it has to satisfy certain conditions. Condition is if no limits are given. So what is the condition if no limits are given? Either you can do the integration first with respect to x, the next is with respect to y. That is the general process. Next is if limits are given. Limits are given in that case, suppose if the limits are totally real numbers. If both the integrals consisting of real numbers, in that case you are going to verify a condition f of x comma y that is equal to f of y comma x. So in that case either first integral is x integral or second integral is x integral. In any of the cases you can find out your answer. Suppose if the limits of the integration are real numbers and f of x comma y not equal to f of y comma x, then order of this dx dy, it is playing an important role in order to calculate the integral value. Now the problem is when the limits are not real numbers, they are represented in terms of variables. So if the limits are involving the variables, in that case, what is the integration order? The first thing is nothing but whatever may be the integral involving the variables, first you try to find out that integral first. For example, first integral it is consisting of only the real numbers. Second integral consisting of limits in terms of variable. That variable I am supposing here it is x. So if the limits are involving the variables x, what should be the variable here? These limits are definitely belonging to y variable. So in order to find out this integration, the first thing is nothing but first you do the integration with respect to y, then you are doing the integration with respect to x. So our main intention is nothing but the final answer of this double integral should not involve any variable. Any variable means final answer should be a definite value. So till now we are calculating only definite integrals. Definite integrals means final answer should be in terms of a real number, should not contain any variable. Suppose if such type of situation is given. Now instead of doing y integration first, if I do x integration first, what will be the final answer? Final answer involving one variable. That is a wrong procedure while calculating the double integral. So in order to avoid such type of condition, we should have a systematic order. Even though you are following a systematic order, sometimes the calculation of integral is very difficult. So in that case, you are just changing the order of the integration. When you change the order of the integration, the limits of the variables are also going to be changed. So that detailed procedure I give you first and later on we enter into the problems. So it is the most typical type of finding the double integral value. So be concentrate on each and every step and directly we enter into the problems. Now let us have the brief procedure of change of order of integration in the double integral. So I just give you the procedure and later on we enter into the problems. So for the given double integral, the first step is identify the integrals. That means first one and the second one, which is x integral and which is y integral. That you are identifying first. Now identify the limits of variables x and y. You just write down the limits of x variable and y variable. Identify the given order of the integration. Either they may be in dx dy or dy dx. That you identify first order of the integration. In the next step, to change the order of the integration, now you are constructing a diagram based on the given limits and identify the common area of integration from the constructed diagram. And you construct a strip. It is also said to be a line parallel to the axis for which limits to be given in the variables. So ఏ వేరియబుల్ కి అయితే మనం లిమిట్స్ రాయాలని అనుకుంటున్నామో ఆ లిమిట్స్ కెన్ బి ఐడెంటిఫైడ్ బై కన్స్ట్రక్టింగ్ దిస్ పర్టికులర్ స్ట్రిప్. నెక్స్ట్ ఈస్ identify the new limits of x and y by using that common area. Then you apply the general integration to get the value of given double integral. So this is a neat procedure, step by step, and based on it we directly enter into the problems. Now let us take the first problem. You just keep the concentration to understand the complete procedure. Find the integral by changing the order of the integration. It is a double integral 0 to infinity x to infinity e power minus y by y dy dx. So definitely in the examination they will mention a statement changing the order of the integration. I am not changing the variables, but it is changing the order of the integration. Now in order to find out this solution, the first thing is, for this double integration, you just look at the integrals here. First integral involving only the real numbers. Second integral involving the variable x here. So what about this integral? Is it x integral or y integral? Since it is involving x variable, definitely this is belonging to y variable limits. So this is the y integral and here it is x integral. And as per your order dy dx, what is the meaning of dy dx? It should follow the reverse order. That means it is the x integral and here it is y integral. But when you do the change of order of the integration, don't consider this one. Only first you look on to the given integrals here. So I am just writing here corresponding to the given problem. First I am identifying the integrals. So the same thing I am just writing here. This is equal to the first integral. What about the first integral? X or y integral? It is x integral. So the limits 0 to infinity. The second one is nothing but it is the y integral. It is x to infinity and you are writing integrand e power minus y divided by y. It is of dy dx. Now the problem is you are changing the order of the integration. Previously the order is nothing but it is the reverse. Reverse means it should be dy dx means the meaning is x integral and here it is y integral. Now you are changing the order. Changing the order means first integral should be y integral, second integral should be x integral. Dy dx you are changing into dx dy. Now in order to change that one, first you write down the limits. What they have given the limits? The x limits are 0 to infinity. And what do you think about the y limits? It is nothing but x to infinity. So first you are identifying the limits of the given variables. Now you are constructing a diagram. Now I am constructing the diagram. So just look at this side. I am just using only a two-dimensional graph. This is your x-axis and here it is y-axis. This is nothing but origin. Now you first look onto the limits. What is the meaning of the first one, x equal to 0? Where you are getting x equal to 0? On x-axis or y-axis? It is only on y-axis. That means this complete y-axis here you are getting x equal to 0. The next is x equal to infinity. Where you are getting x equal to infinity? Somewhere I am supposing that this is the infinity. So that infinity point I am just locating here somewhere. So I just write down this is your x equal to infinity value. I am just taking that value, right? Now coming to the next limits. What about y equal to x? Y equal to x is nothing but it is a straight line equation. Y equal to x passing through the origin. So just you construct a line corresponding to this So this is your y equal to x. I just mentioned here y equal to x, that is your line. What about the next one, y equal to infinity? So at somewhere it is, I am just supposing that this is your y value, y equal to infinity. This is your x value, x equal to infinity. Just you join the points here. This is nothing but a line and here it is nothing but a line. So you are going to get one particular shape in your two-dimensional graph. Now the problem is, after taking that particular graph corresponding to the limits, you identify the common area. What is the common area? X equal to 0 is this complete y-axis. X equal to infinity means this is your complete line. Y equal to x is nothing but this is your line, and y equal to infinity means this is your line. So where you are going to get the common area consisting of all the values. So where you are getting the common area corresponding to the. So what is the common area now? I just say that this is your complete common area consisting of all the limits of your given variables. So this is your common area, right? And what about this intersecting point? This intersecting point is nothing but x value infinity and y value is also infinity. Now after constructing a graph, identifying the common area, now you construct one strip. Strip is nothing but you are constructing a line in the common area. That line should be parallel to the axis. Which axis parallel? Either x-axis or y-axis. That totally depends on your given limits. Previously y is represented in variable. Now I am changing the order. X should be represented in variable. So for this x-axis you are representing in the variables. Corresponding to that only you are constructing a strip parallel to x-axis. So I am just constructing a strip. అంటే ఏ వేరియబుల్కి అయితే మనం వేరియబుల్లో రాయాలని అనుకున్నామో దానికి ప్యారలల్ గా మనం లైన్ డ్రా చేస్తున్నారు. సో జస్ట్ ఐఎమ్ సపోజింగ్ దట్ దిస్ స్ట్రిప్ ఈస్ డినోటెడ్ బై A and B. So it is a strip in the common area. Now corresponding to the strip, I just identify the limits. So you just write down at A. At A, what is the A point? What is the x value? At A, what about x value here? At this point, the x value is taken as 0. Now at B, what about the x value there? At B, this is nothing but B point. It is lying on the equation y equal to x. So only you are focusing on x value, x equal to y. So now we have completed the x limits. So x limits are nothing but 0 to y. Now the intention is you are focusing on y variable. So in order to get y variable limits, just you look on only to the strip. This strip is moving only in the common area. So what is the minimum value of y when the strip is moving in the common area? So sliding this strip in the common area. Sliding is nothing but moving. So by moving the strip in the common area, y value, minimum value becomes 0. And what should be the maximum value of y? It is y equal to infinity. So therefore you can say that the y limits are 0 to infinity. So till now we calculated x limits and y limits. Using these two, now directly you can enter into the problem. Now you are considering your given problem, double integral. Just you write down same as it is. Now this is nothing but integral. So here one more integral. What about the new limits? Here it is new limits. What about the x limits now? There x limits are nothing but 1 is taken as. What about the x limits? Now x limits 1 is 0 to y, and the next you are writing y limits. It is 0 to infinity as per your calculation, and it is e power minus y by y. Just you are writing dy dx, but my problem is you are changing means it should be dx dy. So this is equal to, what is the meaning of dx dy? In the reverse, first we should write y integral. So it is 0 to infinity. The next is x integral 0 to y e power minus y divided by y, that you are writing dx dy. Now first integral you keep as it is 0 to infinity. Now you are integrating with respect to x. So e power minus y divided by y, it is a constant term. Integral of 1 is nothing but x. You write down x limits 0 to y. Still we have here it is dy. So it is y equal to 0 to infinity, e power minus y by y. Substitute your upper limit y and lower limit is 0, so that it is dy. So y is cancelled. We have only y equal to 0 to infinity, e power minus y of dy. What about this e power minus y integration? Minus e power minus y. So you are substituting the limits 0 to infinity. So it is minus. If I write y equal to infinity, e power minus infinity is always taken as 0. Lower limit minus half, already minus is there, it becomes plus, e power 0 is 1. So final answer is equal to 1. So this is the way how you are finding the integral value by changing the order of the integration. Now let us take one more important problem. You are calculating this integral value by changing the order of the integration. So the problem is double integral 0 to 4a and x square by 4a to 2 root ax dy dx. Here I am using the change of order of integration. Again the same process here. So look on to this dy dx. The original order here it is given. Dy dx means it's reverse. This is the x integral and here it is nothing but y integral. Now we need to change into order. Order means it should be dx dy. Dx dy means first integral should be y, second integral should be x. So here the first thing is nothing but from the given integral you are just writing the limits. So what are the limits of your given variables? Here just you look onto that. X limits are 0 to 4a and y limits are nothing but x square by 4a to 2 root ax. So just we identified the original order. So it is old order of integration. It is nothing but dy dx. Now you are changing new order. What should be the new order now? It should be dx dy. Now in order to change the order of the integration, again the same process. First you are constructing a diagram. So I am just constructing a diagram. This is your x-axis and here it is y-axis and this is nothing but your 0. Now look on to the first x limits. What do you think about x equal to 0? That x equal to 0 completely present only on the y-axis. So just you write down x equal to 0, the complete y-axis. Coming to x equal to 4a. So I am supposing that somewhere this is x is taking the value 4a. So corresponding to that you just identify here it is somewhere it is located here. So I am just locating a point x equal to 4a. Right? This is your x value that is taking 4a. Right? I can find out the y value later. Now coming to the y. What do you think about this one? Y equal to x square by 4a. When you are supposing y is equal to x square by 4a, if I take cross multiplication x square equal to 4ay. What about that equation? That is nothing but a parabola equation. So x square equal to 4ay, it is a parabola curve symmetric about y-axis. What do you mean by symmetric about y-axis? You just extend this one. It is your graph. You are just extending. Symmetric about y-axis means you can construct that x equal to 4a like this. So I am just constructing. So this is nothing but you are getting x square equal to 4ay. This is your value. Now coming to the next one. What is the next y value? Your next y value is nothing but y is equal to 2 root ax. Squaring on both the sides, y square equal to 4ax. This is also a parabola equation that is a symmetric about x-axis. Symmetric about x-axis means you should write here it is. So this is your construction. Just you are constructing symmetric about x-axis. So this is nothing but your y square equal to 4ax, right? So after getting that particular values here, now you just think about the common area. Corresponding to these two parabola equations, what is the common area you are getting? This is the only one common area where you are getting here. This is the only one common area, right? Now in this common area, we should construct a strip. Strip should be parallel to that axis for which you are going to write down in terms of variables. So are you going to write the limits variables in x variable or y variable? Previously it is in y variable. Now it should be converted into x variable. So parallel to x axis only, now you are constructing a strip. So this strip I am constructing, this I am denoting a strip, and this strip I am denoting with P and Q. Okay, for easiness. Now you look at the point here. At P, what should be the x value? At P, what should be the x value? This is your P value, and here we need to find out x. This P is nothing but it is a point. It is on y square equal to 4ax. So from this you identify the x value, that becomes y square by 4a. Okay. Similarly, at Q, what should be the x value? At Q, Q is nothing but it is a point. This is a point on the line x square equal to 4ay. From that you just identify your x value, that is root 4ay. Okay, so P and Q, we are just identifying your x limits. So therefore you can say that x limits are y square by 4a to it is root 4ay. This is about new limits for x variable. Now we need to identify y variable. To identify the limits of y variable, look on to the strip. This strip is moving only in the common area. Only in the common area means you are only focusing from this point to this point only. You look at this point here it is. So what should be the minimum value? It is nothing but y value is 0. Now it is moving only up to this particular point here it is. What should be the point of this? It is nothing but a point of intersection of two equations. X square equal to 4ay and y square equal to 4ax. If you solve these two equations, you will get the point is 4a comma 4a. Definitely you will get the point 4a comma 4a. So what is the x value? 4a, and y value becomes 4a. So I can write y equal to 4a. So therefore what about the y limits now? 0 to 4a. So once you know the limits of x and y variable, directly you can enter into the problem. Now you consider your given problem. This is your given problem. Dy dx means it is about x integral and this is about y integral. Now you are changing the integration. Dy dx is converted into dx dy. First you should write y integral as per our previous new y limits 0 to 4a. Next x limits y square by 4a to root of 4ay. Integrand you are writing. There is no integrand, it is only 1, and dx dy. Now this is equal to, what about the first integration with respect to x or y? First you try to eliminate the variables. So that y equal to 0 to 4a you are keeping as it is. Integral, nothing is there. Integral of 1 with respect to x. It is only x. The limits are, now you are substituting the limits. That x limits are y square by 4a and here it is root 4ay. So this is still we have dy. Now this is y equal to 0 to 4a. Write down your upper limit. It is root of 4ay minus lower limit y square by 4a. So this is of dy. Now this is equal to, now you are integrating with respect to y. So root 4a, it is nothing but 2 root a I can write. Root y integration. So y to the power of 1 by 2 is there. So 1 by 2 plus 1 divided by 1 by 2 plus 1 minus 1 divided by 4a, it is constant. Y square, it is integration is y cube by 3 and you are substituting the limits 0 to 4a. So it is 2 root a and I am substituting the upper limit. It is 4a whole power 3 by 2 divided by, it becomes 3 by 2 minus 1 divided by 12a, substituting your upper limit 4a power 3, and when I substitute lower limit y equal to 0, totally. So this is on making the simplification, it becomes 4 by 3, and that root a can be taken as a power 1 by 2, and if I take individually 4 power 3 by 2, okay, and it is a power 3 by 2, right, minus 1 divided by 12a, it becomes 64a cube. So it is nothing but 4 by 3, that a power 1 by 2 plus 3 by 2, when bases are same, 4 can be taken as a 2 square, and cancellation of 2, you will having 2 cube, minus 1 a is cancelled, so it is 4 3s are 4 16s are, so 16 by 3 a square, right. Now this is 2 cube is nothing but 8, 8 into 4 is 32 by 3, it is also a square, minus 16 by 3 a square. So if I take a square is common, 32 by 3 minus 16 by 3, you will get e to 16 by 3 a square. That is your final answer. Now let us continue the same change of order of integration by taking one more problem in the next video session. That problem is totally different from these two previous two problems. That is the most important one that we take in the next video session.